Now after the Sabbath, as it began to dawn toward the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary came to look at the tomb. And behold, a severe earthquake had occurred, for an angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled away the stone and sat upon it. And his appearance was like lightning, and his clothing as white as snow. The guards shook from fear of him and became like dead men. And the angel said to the women, "Do not be afraid, for I know that you are looking for Jesus who has been crucified. He is not here, for he is risen, just as he said. Come, see the place where he was lying. And go quickly and tell his disciples that he is risen from the dead, and behold, he is going ahead of you to Galilee. There you will see him. Behold, I have told you." And they left the tomb quickly with fear and great joy, and ran to report to his disciples. And behold, Jesus met them and said, "Rejoice!" And they came up and took hold of his feet and worshipped him. Then Jesus said to them, "Do not be afraid. Go, bring word to my brothers to leave for Galilee, and there they will see me."
This one burned in my heart and seemed to want to be painted out. It was not a part of the original commission, but by the time I had finished the others, I knew I had this one in me too. In the story, I stayed close to Mary Magdalene's experience and chose to zoom in and pause on her feet in full sprint. How beautiful on the mountains are the feet of the messenger bringing good news, breaking the news that all's well, proclaiming good times, announcing salvation, telling Zion, "Your God reigns." I can almost taste her joy and feel her exuberant excitement race through my body to the tips of each hair. That moment when she realized it was Jesus there before her, speaking to her alive and well. "Rejoice," he told her. How could she not? And then he sends her out. I can hear her crying out strong and loud as she races across the early morning dew with the incredible news that Christ is risen. I love that God, in his wisdom and goodness, chose these Marys to be the ones to first break the news to the other disciples. These Marys that I see mirrored to me in the overwhelming majority of those who run to the missions field. Here in Cambodia, the color one wears for mourning to a funeral is white, so it made a lot of sense for me to make Mary's clothes here white also. I consider, though, how this scene also turns everything on its head, and ashes are exchanged for beauty. So borrowing from my North American tradition, Mary's trailing skirt could just as easily be a glimpse of the gown of the bride of Christ, his church, who he clothed in righteousness and who runs through the world declaring this very good news about her bridegroom. I love that this is the lingering image in the set for the international church I created it for, to view over Eastertide, a church full of those who have themselves taken this very good news to heart and ran to the nations with it. The backdrop is a deep brown, tying her feet, our feet, to the earth. The place Christ, through his church, is now being embodied in the world. I rimmed this brown and copper, pointing to the fact that we only enter into his body through Christ's sacrifice. Then I rimmed it again in a shining white, celebrating the resurrection and the life of the world to come that we have in him. Christ is risen. As you reflect, take a moment to engage. When was the last time you had the kind of joy that moved you to run out and tell somebody about?